And now, please give a round of applause to Dipty Chander, the president of E-mma, a French non-profit organization dedicated to promoting diversity in the tech industry and combating the digital divide. Dipty is a prominent figure in the tech industry, particularly known for her work in promoting diversity and inclusion. She has worked to provide free programming courses to women and has spoken out about the importance of technology access as a basic human right. Let's hear her keynote on the future of education and how generative AI is being used in it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me today. Thank you, Webit team. Thank you, Plumon. It's a pleasure to be here in Sofia. It's my first time in Sofia. I'm from Paris. And as it was mentioned by the AI, I am the president of E-mma organization. And as well, I work for Google. And as we know, Google had an amazing year in AI with some great announcements we made on Bard and Google Workspace on generative AI. So let's get back to this topic, and I would like to share an exciting topic about the generative AI and its future, about education and the growing impact it is today having in the world of education. Let me just go on the next slide. Okay, you can see the slides, thanks. So just getting back on Gen AI, before we talk about Gen AI, I think it's important to remind that AI is transforming drastically our society since a couple of years now. And we see that our decisions and how we make our industry, how we create new products, and how we shape the society is typically having a great impact on AI and the products that AI is being used in our current society. Generative AI is really a subset of artificial intelligence. I really wanted to remind you this, that artificial intelligence is a computer science field, but Gen AI is a subset of artificial intelligence that is using typically the large language models that today are shaping our world. And what is super important for me to get into this topic, because when we talk about generative AI and the subset of artificial intelligence, because that's typically leveraging machine learning models which produce content, that is why we call it generative. Because it has the capacity to create content from original, new content, and text, from images, from music, from code, and a lot of things that you already know and that you're already using. And what is important to know is that generative AI, such as AI, learn from those patterns and make sure that it makes decisions based on those patterns. And those patterns are typically the set of input data that we give to generative AI models. Oh, great. I think I need to skip. OK. I wanted to show you a video. I don't know if we can play it. Is it possible to play the video? OK, so while the video is being played, I wanted to get into this particular project. So since 2013, with E-mma organization, we are committed to advocate the accessibility of AI for all. It is through different AI workshops that we provide for students to ensure that intelligent use of AI are being able to held in the society. And we work on a prominent project that, as you can see on the screen, is an AI model, which is open source, actually, that is specialized on recognizing human hands. And it is really a testament of our innovative approach to making sure that every student around the world have equal access to AI. Because before going into Gen AI, we need to make sure that AI concepts are being correctly understood. But today, as we highlight really a specific form of AI, which is generative AI, we need to have a significant impact through Gen AI in education. And to do so, first, generative AI really have to focus on two core examples in education. So what are those benefits that generative AI can produce in education field? First is generative AI allow a personalization of learning content. It has been said in the discussion just before, but I wanted to highlight that imagine a student who is struggling with any subject or maybe many subjects can have personalized content tailored according to their level through generative AI. And of course, cadency roadmap, which will be based on the difficulty that is gonna have the student in the overcoming years or the current situation. Another example of how generative AI play a key role in education is that it play a key role, of course, in exams. Well, not to do cheating with Gen AI, but of course, Gen AI can create content and exam question which will help both students and teachers, because students can, for sure, leave Gen AI the work to create more exercise based on a particular exam, and so that will bring them relevant questions that the student can learn from there, and also the teacher can focus on other aspects of their daily work, which they're not able to cover. So Gen AI is really here to assist the teacher and make sure that the teacher can give, for example, more time to students who need specific individual attention. Let me go back on the next slide. So I just wanted to highlight one project that we have been working now, it's been a couple of months, which is a platform called Code at Home at E-mma, which is also a program that enables 1 million kids around the world to learn coding. And what is super important is that we are gonna today leverage the power of Gen AI to create a chatbot that's gonna do 3 basic things, which we think basic, which is gonna be an innovation for the society, which is first, of course, simplifying the process of learning coding. So those chatbots will help kids and children and students to learn the basic concept of coding. Second, they're going to focus on making sure that if a kid or a children having issue in a code that they are producing, then this chatbot through Gen AI going to debug the code, which is really an innovation thing, because helping in a daily basis a student debugging the code without having any particular assistant to do that is really the huge impact that that's going to bring with Gen AI. And the third is making sure that based on those inputs and those data that was collected, Gen AI gonna help the Code at Home students to make sure that they have particularly and exciting exercise that will be customized based on all the inputs and all the data they have collected before with the interaction they had with the student. Let me continue on the next slide. Okay, great. But one thing I want to highlight here, we haven't talked about that since the beginning, and I think it's super crucial to talk about that. Since decades, of course, we know that AI is shaping our way of living. And we use AI in any product, and we use AI in phones. We use AI to do everything today. But what we see is that AI models today are trained with waste data, of course, and those data are having biases which is present today and since years. And so what is happening is, for example, an AI model which is trained on a textual bias, which is, of course, a data predominantly based from a male, which gonna definitely have reflect biases which is gonna be focused on male perspective and not on female perspective. But we want that everyone have equal access to AI, but more than that, the data that is being used is not containing any biases. The use of generative AI isn't just a cool tool to have. Well, it is, but it should not be just simply this. It is also a vital skill that every student should have today. And what is also very crucial is that teaching students that how these AIs are used and how these tools are used is important, but making sure that they are aware of the potential of biases that AI is generated is another thing. And teacher should play a key role here in making sure that they are making open discussion with students about the biases that AI is today holding, and making sure then they can change the next generation. So just wrapping up on the last slide that I was having, I think to conclude for me, what is essential to know, can we go on the next slide, please? Thank you so much. What is essential here is to make sure that we keep in mind that generative AI has a vast potential, which can upskill, of course, academic staff as well as students, but that need to be regulated. And if it is regulated, to ensure that the data that has been used today is respecting user privacy and, of course, is respecting user rights, and that will be the biggest challenge of Gen AI. Thank you so much.